Hello, Epic 7 newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick video about getting high-speed gear. I'll debunk a few speed gear myths, then I'll run a fun little challenge to see if I can get a 20+ speed piece whenever I want. When I post cleaving videos, I get a lot of comments from viewers that say their fastest unit is only 260 speed, and they've been playing for 3 years or something. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, because if I equip Rarity here with a speed set that only has 10 speed on each piece, she's already over 250 speed. When Rarity was released, I think you could spend $50 or something and get a full 17 speed set. I actually bought the set, so I'll get this equipped. So if you spent the $50 during her banner, you would be at 291 speed as a day 1 player. But I know many of you are free to play, and I respect that. So let's talk about how hard it is to get yourself a 20+ speed set the old-fashioned way. Let me equip my 20+ speed set. This is my second fastest set, and this puts me at 316. If I gave her my Luna gear, she'd be at 320. The problem with my account is I have a top speed of 22 in each of my gear slots, except I have 3 very nice pieces that clock in at 26, 26, and 24 speed. But all 3 of these are rings. This really dwarfs my ability to make an extremely fast unit. Let's get into making a 20+ speed piece on demand. What slot should I go for? I have a whole video just on boots, and they don't really apply to speed rolling, so I'll cross these off my list. The number of high-speed pieces I have breaks down like this. This is how many pieces I have total that are 20 speed or higher, and now this is how many of them are speed set. That second part is very important, because if you have a ton of high-speed pieces that aren't speed set, there's a cap to how many units you can make fast. For accessories, the problem with these is crafted accessories kind of suck. So if we don't get good speed rolls, the odds that we still have a usable piece of gear is very low. So let's cross these off the list for now. The 3 easiest slots to get good speed for are, of course, weapon, helms, and armor. I would say weapon is the easiest because you get the best speed weapon in the game every month from Labyrinth, so let's skip weapons for now. My focus is going to be on armor because you can see I only have 1 piece of speed set armor that's over 20. I definitely need another one. Now before I start, let's talk about the numbers. Let's bust the first myth. Many players think it's easier to get 20 speed on purple pieces than it is on red pieces of gear. This is because for the first 3 rolls, you have a 33% chance to roll into speed, but on red pieces you only have a 25% chance. However, red gear has 1 more roll, so even at 25%, this means that the odds of getting 4 rolls into speed on red gear is 1 in 68, while the odds of getting the same on purple gear is 1 in 111. Here's myth number 2. A lot of players think 20 speed pieces are incredibly rare, and the odds are like a 1 in 10,000 chance of happening. Surprisingly, it's easier than you might think. To get 20 speed, you need to get at least 4 rolls into speed, and those rolls need to average 3 speed each. If you add 4 more speed from reforging, you should have a 20 speed piece. For purple gear, the odds are 1 in 586. For red gear, the odds are 1 in 360. This is not that bad. Just for fun, let's talk about the fastest pieces you can possibly get. I won't count 5 speed rolls because they're essentially a pipe dream. For purple gear, the best case scenario is 4 rolls of 4 into speed, and that will get you 24 speed after reforging. The odds of this happening is 1 in 9,395. For red gear, if you get 5 rolls of 4 into speed, you will end up with a 28 speed piece. The odds are 1 in 308,764. Okay, this is all pretty unrealistic. What I'm going for are these odds here. 1 in 360 isn't bad, and hopefully I'll have another 20+ speed piece of armor, and if I'm lucky, it's a speed set. My plan is just to craft a bunch of wyvern gear and speed check it. Pretty simple. Myth number 3. In order to do a hard push for speed like I'm about to do, players usually think you need a ton of gold, charms, and crafting materials saved up. This is wrong. If you follow my strategy, the only thing you need is crafting materials. Everything else gets used up at a much lower rate because you're constantly selling gear to recoup gold and upgrade powder. Let's get into it. First, I'll activate my equipment buff for an added 10% bonus on upgrading. Then I'll switch my lobby pet to be my gear upgrading one. Since I have my upgrade buffs going, let me just open these gearboxes up and try to get a bunch of speed armor. I also brought in a batch of old gear from storage that I can do some speed checking on before I get to crafting. I think everyone knows the general rules of speed checking. The first 2 rolls absolutely must be speed. If they aren't, you need to sell this piece and stop wasting charms. I have one exception to selling gear, and that's when the gear score is high, like 40 after 1 roll or 50 after 2 rolls. Then I'll lock the piece and put it in storage for a future non-speed upgrade session. You don't want to burn charms and powder upgrading these pieces when you're doing a speed push. You really need to focus your golden charms on speed checking only. Wow, 3 rolls into speed. 4 rolls. Can I get 5 rolls? This is crazy. 23 speed on only the second piece I rolled on. What incredible luck. The sad thing is, this is a weapon, not armor that I wanted to go for, so I'll keep on trucking until I get the 20 speed armor piece I want. Let's keep going. Maybe today is my lucky day. No speed. 38 gear score. Trash. No speed, but 43 gear score. Storage. No speed, 41 gear score. Storage. You guys get the picture? Let's speed this up. Ooh, 2 rolls into speed. 3 rolls. No luck, this is only 16 speed, which is not very good. But this gear score is almost 100, so the other stats on this piece rolled very well. It's definitely worth keeping. 2 rolls into speed, 3 rolls, 4 rolls. Ugh, so close. 18 speed ring, not bad. I will always keep 18 speed rolls. 17 and lower I trash depending on the gear score. Two rolls into speed, high rolls too. So if the third roll is not speed, you should instantly trash any purple gear. However, for red pieces, you still have a chance at good speed, so it is always worth it to do another roll. No luck. 75 gear score on 4 rolls is actually really awesome, so this is going into storage. Doing this last roll takes so many charms, you can't really waste this right now. 2 rolls into speed. 3 rolls. Miss. And another miss. 16 speed max, 78 gear score. This thing goes into the garbage. And that's the first 100 pieces of old gear done. 23 speed weapon and an 18 speed ring. Not too bad. Time to get into my big armor push. I'll show you a few tips to speed things up. For starters, I only freed up 100 inventory spots so that I'll just deal with 100 pieces at a time. Then I'll just craft wyvern armor pieces like crazy. 10 per shot, and I won't really care about arranging or locking anything. Also, if you look at this meter here, when it fills up, you get a red piece of whatever set you want by tapping the middle here. I usually just let a bunch of these fill up, then craft them all at once. When my inventory runs out of room, it's time to trim this mess down. If you tap arrange, there's this simple mode that's incredibly useful. I just crank it to the max and check the box for keeping speed pieces. Then I will go through and include any blue pieces while also hunting for low speed purple pieces. 2 speed and lower should be added to the trash pile. Any pieces higher than 30 gear score, I'll go ahead and uncheck them so I can save them in storage for future upgrading. Time to speed check. And nothing. Wow, that sucked. Let's craft another 100 pieces. 2 rolls into speed, 3 rolls. Because this is purple, the 4th roll is some random stat. If I get another 4 speed roll, this will be 21 speed after reforging. Come on, 4 speed. Ugh, terrible. 16 speed max. Isn't that crazy? This went from a potentially amazing piece to getting thrown in the trash just like that. And that's it. Everything else is garbage. A quick tip is you can switch off of simple mode in the arrange screen to quickly select everything for selling. Okay, time to speed things up. I started with 113,000 wyvern materials, and I plan on going through all of it until I get my 20 speed armor, so let's zoom. So I have been upgrading now for about 2 hours, and I have around 42,000 wyvern mats left. But I'm running into a problem where the gear in my storage is way overbalanced toward armor. That 20 speed armor piece is still out of reach, so I'm going to switch gears and move to necklaces. If you recall, I have 0 high-speed set necklaces, so it could be worth spending some time here. Let's rock and roll. And done. 3 hours of trying to get 20 speed pieces, and I've officially run out of wyvern mats. When I was targeting specific slots, I crafted over 2,400 pieces of gear. I speed checked around 480 pieces, and I ended up with 1 piece of 19 speed armor and 2 pieces of 18 speed armor. I would officially say that my challenge to craft a piece of 20 speed gear on demand failed miserably, and this was a huge waste of 3 hours. I hope this at least helps new players that are trying to figure out how to make their accounts faster. That's all I have today. Thanks for watching my video. Bye everyone.